On this week's episode of the review and recap of Digimon Beatbreak, we have a lot to break down, and as always, spoilers are ahead. It is important to note that the writers are giving a lot of space for Gekomon to express his natural personality and his character. We can see that he's still doing his crazy antics here. He got caught eating some of Reina's food, and yeah, they're like, bro, we got you in 4K. And then take a look here at Pristimon. Pristimon's like, yeah, we got him, baby. Here's all the evidence you need. And it's funny because this thing here says, Reina's, eat it and die. And Reina's not playing any games about her food, right? You know, I kind of can relate because I'm a skinny ass dude and I love to eat. And I don't play about my food, right? So I can kind of feel where Reina's coming from on this. Also, we get some important backstory on Tommoro because he has somewhat negative feelings towards Sapotamas and AI. And he has a flashback that kind of provides more context on where these feelings originate from. In one of his flashbacks, it shows him eating his food, right? And then there's a Sapotama that's encouraging him to eat his vegetables. And then out of frustration, Tommoro touches that Sapotama and causes it to malfunction and have an error. Now, once that Sapotama has a touch of Tommoro's E-pulse, it then goes crazy and it starts to touch other Sapotamas. And then from there, it gives them errors too. And it's like a cascading domino effect. And then from there, you know, you can kind of see like where Tommoro has like this mistrust for the Sapotamas. It's like, wait a minute, is something wrong with me? As the flashback progresses, it shows Tommoro wants to express himself through music. Instead of playing the same boring notes as everyone else, he wants to, you know, put his own spin on it in a freestyle. Unfortunately, Tommoro was rocking out way too hard, man. I don't know what it is, but he definitely had the aura, and it caused the Sapotama to go into an error state, and thusly it caused the other Sapotamas to show errors as well. And it doesn't help that he kind of gets chastised for this. And this can be seen here when we see Tommoro with his parents and probably speaking with some official at the school that he was attending, right? And you can see that Tommoro has a lot going on right now. And then, of course, it doesn't help when the other kids are over here making fun and talking about Tommoro behind his back. Or in this case, damn near right to his face. Like, they're not even being subtle about it. Like, bro tries to put up his hand to make it seem like he's whispering. Bro, Tommoro can hear you. You were literally like 3 feet away from him. That flashback served as an important basis to kind of build out more of Tommoro's character and like provide some context on his feelings. As the episode progresses, he comes across the Kineko gang and he's able to get a lead on the Hayamon that attacked Hitomi. While that is going on, the cleaners meet up with the information brokers for bounties, and we learn a lot of good information through their conversation. They mentioned to Maki that the Hayamon with the scar was deleted by Gokumon, but the thing is, it's not really adding up to what the information that Maki has, so she decides to call on Kaburazaki to get some more details here. Now, he acknowledges that the Scar Hayamon was deleted, but the owner of the Digimon that caused the deletion has not come forward to claim that bounty yet. And also, it's very important to note that the workers of the ministry who captured this footage, they didn't even get a picture of Gokumon. It's like, bro, you guys have the worst angles ever, and they're on the roof. Look, this is the angles that they have of the entire fight, and they have 2 people. So you mean to tell me from both of their angles, neither one of them can see the Gokumon that caused the attack? Either A, there's a huge cover-up going on, or B, these guys are some of the worst field agents ever, and they need to be replaced ASAP. Or even 3, it could be all of the above. Who knows, right? But the Ministry of Civil Protections is definitely hiding something. And thanks to those weird ass angles that was captured by those agents, they know that the Hayamon was deleted, but they don't know by whom. And here you can see that the members of the Glowing Dawn are telling these guys like, hey, a monkey Digimon deleted, aka Gokumon. And even after hearing this, the official on the hologram, he claims that he's never heard of Asuka Tenma, he's never heard of Gokumon, like none of these reports even exist. And it's like, bro, the Ministry of Civil Protections is sus. And I called this out on the previous review and recap of episode 2. I was like, bro, like there's something going on here, man. Like What in the world are their true motives and what are they hiding? Because they know more information that they're letting on. Kyo even acknowledges this by saying, is the Ministry of Civil Protection hiding something? You bet your ass they are. Or here's another theory. Maybe the person who's using Gokumon, maybe they're actually a part of the Ministry of Civil Protections and they're kind of like a rogue agent and they're not sending up these reports. There's a lot of stuff that's going on here that's at play and I'm really curious to see how more of this mystery can unravel as we get more information. And Maki is able to finish the conversation with this cryptic message. You may not want to dig deeper. Hold up. Why would she say some shit like that? Now I want to dig deeper. As things move forward, Gekkomon and Tommoro eventually confront the Hayamon that attacked Hitomi. And then Hayamon drags them into the space called the Mirror World. It's explained that the Mirror World is a virtual world that Digimon can travel to by causing rifts within reality. As Tommoro and Gekkomon follow Hayamon, Hayamon does the unthinkable. He actually digivolves. And now we get our first look at Fangmon, and he looks absolutely scary. As the fight progresses, we can see that Fangmon is able to transform into other Digimon, you know, kind of like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wolvermon then goes on to further explain the ability by stating that Fangmon can disguise themselves as people dear to you. And this is actually kind of funny because Fangmon transformed into Gekkomon, which implies that Tommoro has a strong connection towards Gekkomon. Tommoro is asking like, wait a minute, people dear to you. And then Gekkomon, he figures it out. Like he starts to laugh like, oh, so Fangmon transformed into me because I'm dear to you, Tommoro. Tommoro is so clueless. He's like the only one who hasn't put the pieces of a puzzle together. Bro, your bond between Gekkomon is getting stronger. And that's what I mentioned in the previous review and recap. I like to see their bond get stronger and stronger. And this was a really creative way to show that, hey, like, yeah, they're starting to grow with each other more and more. The team comes up with a plan and they're eventually able to beat Fangmon and they recover the Sapotamas that he stole, which is awesome. That means they can heal Hitomi and bring her back. That is so freaking great. But the thing is, the battle's not quite done yet because Fangmon, he got de-digivolved back into his in training form with Punimon. And the thing is, Tommoro, he's looking for revenge because he's like, bro, this thing's gonna grow up again back into Hayamon and Fangmon and go out attacking people. So he wants to delete Punimon right here, right now. But the cleaners are like, wait a minute, no, we don't want to delete Punimon, like don't do it. So there's already a conflict of interest here. Now the thing is, Gekkomon is very reluctant to do this, but Tommoro is able to use some kind of inner force with his E-Pulse, almost like some kind of dark side type shit. And it seems like it almost corrupts Gekkomon, and then from there, Tommoro is able to control Gekkomon and he gets the order for him to attack the Punimon. Thankfully, Kyo was able to hop in time and stop the attack from occurring. And then once Gekkomon regains his senses, he has no memory of those actions. Like, what in the world does Tommoro have? It feels like his E-Pulse has hidden attributes that he doesn't even know about yet. And it was mentioned, I believe in the first episode, that Tommoro's E-Pulse will change the world. And if he's able to control Digimon even against their will, I can see like how some conflicts could happen with that, especially if he's in a very emotionally charged state. After this encounter, the gang is able to revive Hitomi and she's good to go. And this goes to show that Asuka can also be healed. All they have to do is get his Sapotama back from Gokumon. Tommoro also apologizes for going overboard for wanting to delete the Punimon. And if you were in that position, what would you do? Would you attack the Punimon so that way it wouldn't hurt other people in the future? Or would you lay off of it as well? I feel like that was a really good conflict that the writers brought here with Tommoro. There was so much to unpack within this episode, and I can't wait to see what episode 4 is going to have. And by the time you're watching this, I might be live streaming some Digimon as well. So stop by and say what's up. And hop into the Discord server if you want to discuss more things Digimon. Link in the pinned comment and description, baby. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to our channel members, Bright Soldier, JT Solid, Boss Kyogre, Crossfire, Cyrus GG, Sir Dre Boy, Plucky LaDuck, Stroke of Genius, Nogs Nation, Denive, That Dang Fenrir, Sincarian, Dante Blue, Mugen Cat, Rusty, Tardog, Evolve, Dirt Mover, Hollow Gents, and Maddie Target. I really appreciate the support, everyone. And if you want cool ass shoutouts just like this one, then hit the link in the pinned comment and description to become a member today. Or you can subscribe on Twitch and or Kick as well. All right, I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.